part of the various things that you'll see.
Oh, yeah, that's
So
not
tiny.
Okay.
And that little thing
The
can hold
different-
you because it's on a cable. A tiny little thing can hold you up on a cliff.
Is that the little now?
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
this is typically what you're going to see when you're climbing. You're going to see a piece of protection. For trad climbing, it's typically alpine draws. You could use quick draws. Those are the ones that have
The sport climber things where you,
yeah.
there's a carabiner and a carabiner on both sides and a strap in between them.
What are we looking for?
What did you just say? Quick draw?
Quick draws.
Is that a name of a Caribbean?
No, it's the name of the system. It's
This-
like
no.
yeah, it's like that.
Okay.
Now this one's made with lockers. Okay. Normally they are the wire gates.
Wire beams, you call them?
Wire gates.
Wire gates, okay, wire gates.
And then you have that one. So what is gate? What gate?
Yeah, wire gate.
Wire gate, locking,
just a
and what is
wire.
this third one?
That's a self lock.
And what is this a
So-
double wire gate?
No, it's just a wire.
That's just a
Wire
wire
gate,
gate.
okay.
Are there only two types? Or are there
Uh,
three?
So, cause there's
Of
two
what?
different,
There's a
you-
screw lock, a self locking, and there's
Okay.
a wire.
There's actually a
Self
couple
and
different. I don't have any,
wire.
but there's magnet locks.
Okay.
There's
Yes.
there's
Okay.
ball. There
We're
are
done.
ones
I'm
where
checking out, you're adding more.
these are tri-lock. Okay. Okay. This is a tri-lock where you have to turn. You have to pull up, turn,
Oh,
pull up, turn,
and then
pull.
tri-lock, that's the one
And
in the
then
gyms.
when I let go,
Okay,
it automatically
oh, locks it.
does it.
Uh-huh.
There's
Because
ones
it's
that
trying-
are like it's called a ball lock, where they've got a little ball, little push button on the side where you have to squeeze it in, pull down,
Yeah,
and then pull it in. I don't have any of those. I just don't use them.
Like getting
These
your
are-
air compressor hose head off.
This is a screw lock.
Stupid little thing.
Okay, that's what I mostly have. And then they have another one that are similar to the ball locks that are magnets.
Interesting.
I believe Black Diamond calls it the Magnetron. I just don't have any of them either.
Great name.
It's like a transformer.
Alright.
It might be. Now, you do have different shapes in locking carabiners. In wires, not as much. They're different sizes, a little bit different shape, but they don't distinguish in wire gates. In lockers, they do distinguish between. I didn't bring one, did I?
B pairs and something else.
I'm not going to take all these off, but this is a wire gate, but it's the right shape. Okay, so you have pear shape, bigger top, smaller bottom, D shape, where
Looks like a D.
about the same. Oval, which is, see how this comes up and harder to bend over? This is more of a rounded, just a circle. Oval.
and
So
what's,
what the different
yeah.
function of each, of why
They
there's
make you
different
feel
shapes.
better, you like different things. This pear shapes typically have larger
Strength.
gate openings,
Okay.
whereas a D,
Mhm.
So there's no more strength in a pear shape from a oval shape?
This pear shape here is 27. This D is 28.
Okay.
So the difference between these two is 224 pounds.
So that's hold more.
This
than
one holds 224 pounds more.
Okay. Wow.
But it's also could be the way it's made. It's a solid beaner rather than it's got the
So the shape of whether it's a pear or a D has no difference in,
strength. Not really.
it's the material that it's made of that is,
There are reasons to use different ones for different things. We're not going to get into that because that gets into complicated like haul systems and rescue systems.
okay.
Not even going to start talking about that stuff. That's just going to pear shapes are going to be your most common.
Yeah, that's what we
That's-
get in our kits.
Yep,
Or
this
our-
is going to
Lego
be
ice.
Yeah.
the most common beaner.
Doesn't
I
look like it has a
have
stuffer. Like
It
a-
doesn't.
all of them because I use them for
Same
different
thing,
things.
Okay.
Just doesn't have the grips. It's got pinches in, so it kind of does the same thing.
Okay, well, so
I found these a little bit
Now,
more difficult to use.
this
personally.
is your quick draw. This is called dog bone. 2 wire gates. Okay. This is sport climber. We will be using these two. Not as much as sport climbers do. They pretty much use these exclusively. We use what's called an alpine draw. Okay. This is a tribe climber's quick draw. This is on a double sling. Okay. It's a sling and 2 carabiners. So I actually think Black Diamond sells them as a thing now.
Yeah, they do.
Typically you just buy 2 carabiners and a sling. Hey,
to make an alpine.
I made an alpine draw. Back to what you were saying about the cost thing. Buying in the store, I don't know, $12, $13 for depending on which. You can get more expensive ones, but on the average, we'll say about $12, $15.
Double that.
Buying in the store, about 25. Because I bought a $8 carabiner, an $8 carabiner, and a $15 sling. $12 sling, depending, sales and whatnot, sizes. Doubles cost a couple bucks more than singles do. So, but here's the beauty. Using alpine draws, we can go with as is, like this. This is the length it is. I can clip this in, and this is the length. You'll see what, I'll get to that here in a second. But there's a little bit of a beauty to this because I can do this with an alpine draw. I have 2 sizes of quick draw in one unit.
So when would you use that versus a pause?
Pauses that's your personal anchor. That's anchoring. This
Yeah.
is going to be on every piece of gear you see.
Oh, okay.
So, okay. So alpine draw, quick draw. Not to say we don't use them, but this is all this is ever going to be. This is it. It doesn't move. It doesn't change. It's not nothing. That's what it is. This guy here. This guy here, we can change this size. It's single length. Okay? The way this is set up right here is full strength. This will hold your car. Okay, this right here, what I'm holding between my thumbs, will pull your car out of the ditch. This is like, I don't know.
Crazy.
I mean, if you switched up to heavier beaners, you could increase the number, but I'd say as I'm holding it right here, it's probably worth about 3,000 pounds.
It is crazy because I've broken tow straps and stuff pulling off-road vehicles out of ditches and stuff.
Wow.
They're nylon though, aren't they?
Exactly.
Okay, well,
That's what blows my mind that,
That's, these are Dyneema, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
so this is way smaller. It's like a third, a quarter of the size.
yeah.
That's a nylon strap.
This is,
Because it's the reinforcing though.
here's nylon.
No,
Gen-
Dyneema is just a
generally,
much stronger
Yeah.
material.
You know, I don't know, $6, $7 for this. 15, $20 for this. Not with the beamers.
Right.
So, I'm an ice climber,
Less weight.
and I'm a trad climber. The weight of this versus the weight of this, big difference. Especially when you're carrying a dozen of them, it adds up.
So those are lighter too?
Much
They're
lighter.
stronger and lighter.
Stronger and lighter. And these will get wet and soak up the water and retain the water, adding more weight, which is not as big of a deal in the summertime unless you're climbing in the rain. But as an ice climber, everything's fucking wet. Everything's wet. The only thing that's not wet when you're ice climbing is your underwear.
Which could be wet if you're sweating. Yeah.
Well, usually you shouldn't be sweating that much. You
Yeah.
should calm down a little.
Calm down.
Stop the death grip.
That's the day. Calm down and stop
Yeah,
the
right.
Okay.
Right.
So, but you have nylon slings, Dyneema sling. Do the same job. Do the exact same job. This is just smaller, lighter, a little stronger. Okay? You guys were all looking at the gear. You saw the nuts, the cams. Well, as you're climbing, that's all the crap you place in the wall. Okay? Like, we're on the ground. I'm gonna step up on the rocks, do a couple moves. Steffi, what you saw at Chickies, how they stopped for a second, played with
Yeah.
the crack in the rock, and then moved on.
Yeah.
And then stopped for a second, played with a crack in a rock, and moved on. That's just standard. That's what's going to happen. I'm gonna climb up. I'm going to take whatever the appropriate, whatever it is, place it. I'm gonna pull it off my harness. I'm going to place the gear. Give it a little tug, make sure we're good. I'm going to grab an alpine draw. Okay, rope's not here. The rope is tied to me. So, the rope's tied to me. Going to put this, come down, clipping. And then I am going to climb up. Climb up over this, and I'm gonna do it again. The same thing, what I just did, I'm gonna do it again. And I'm gonna climb up, and I'm gonna do it again. Then I'm gonna climb up, and I'm gonna do it again.
And this will hold you.
I was just gonna ask.
That's
that
crazy.
question.
That,
So
yeah.
we repel
Most
down
of the
from
time.
a
Well, the
chicken?
boards are
No,
moving.
but
Yeah,
the
okay.
confidence.
If that was in a rock, you wouldn't get that to
He
budge.
checked it like 10 times, and they
How
grip
do you-
onto the
yes.
rock.
I'd
Okay.
be scared that
They
Like
grip
that
I'm
holds you. Now
moving
sometimes they
up
break.
or down.
Well, no, you can't do that.
Oh.
You shouldn't be jumping around.
No,
As soon
it's
as you
like-
make it do that, you want it to
Just
You'll get the
one
cams to
direction,
walk.
stay there.
It's directional.
Yeah,
Notice how when I
yeah.
placed it like this.
Because if you're
Okay.
My
following, that's
direction of fall would be this way. I did not put this thing in placed like this.
But are you're still going up.
I am going up.
So when you
Well,
go
that's
up,
what
you're
the-
not pulling it.
No, that's
No, the
what
rope goes for the
that's what
beaner.
quick draws.
Yeah.
Look,
That will stay.
let it go.
Oh,
let it go.
I see.
Yeah.
Stop. Let it
So
go.
you're not moving this.
Let it go. Here, watch.
Okay, go up. Oh, so you're not pulling on it. Okay, I thought you.
It's
going-
just to
yeah.
stop you from falling.
See that?
Okay, yes.
That's why we use the alpine draw so we don't clip directly to this also. That's not something for you guys. That's leading. We're not gonna worry about that just yet.
Okay.
Okay, but you do need to be able to recognize these systems because this is stuff you will see.
So that's a cam you have in there right now.
That's a cam.
Right.
So the cam has a beaner to hang off your harness, and then you put the Alpine draw in there because that's what you
That's
run the
what I
road
do.
through. Okay.
That's what I do.
Okay.
So
I
you
use
don't-
colored. I use color coded, so that way I can look at my harness, see the color beaner. I know that blue is 3, yellow is 2, red's 1, green is 0.75, purple is 0.5, gray is 0.4.
And what's the significance of the?
Different
colors.
sizes fit in different places.
Oh, the cam sizes.
Is
Okay. I see.
Inches, centimeters?
No, it's just a general
It's
because
just a size?
yeah,
Okay.
because
Are they
from
the same size for different? Damn, I knew that was
different
gonna be the
brands
answer.
use different color
Oh,
systems.
jeez,
Okay.
of course.
And different brands have different size ratios. A number 3 Black Diamond is not the same as a number 3 Wild
It's a
Country.
So you really
and
wanna
this
be
is
the
a-
Really mess
same-
with it, yeah.
Right.
That's-
That's
You
where
actually-
the
Same
companies get
company.
you. That they can't be universal. They all want you to just buy their
Well,
gear
no,
and have all.
no. Well, see, that backfired on them because I don't want all Black Diamond.
Right.
I am now
Right.
working on adding other sets because I want the number 3 small.
Right.
So I'm not buying more Black
Right.
Diamond. I'm gonna buy. Actually, at the gym that we were at.
I was just gonna ask you, what was that? All those things laying out, the
Those.
cams. But what brand?
Totem.
Totem. That's right.
Yeah, I really want a set of them. I really want a
So
set
you
of them.
start having your own personal preference numbering system.
And yeah, 'cause they
sizing.
fit differently. And
Yeah.
Okay.
To your point, they
This-
screwed themselves and not.
This
being
system
universal.
is what you will see climbing up. Okay. As a follower, what's going to happen is I'm going to climb all the way up. I'm going to get to the top. I'm going to build an anchor. I'm going to get in, and I'm going to. Let's just, so I don't have to pull the whole rope out. Let's just say this is, this is the end of the rope. Forget this. This is not here. Okay? This is the end of the rope. Okay? I'm tied to this one, and I'm up top. Steffi's tied to the psychedelic side, and she's at the bottom. We did the lead belay. I climbed up, placed all this crap, and now I'm up there, and she still has a pile of rope down here. So what's going to happen is, from up top, I am going to start pulling rope. I'm gonna, and there's a way to organize the rope as I go up, and and now we get to, and then Steffi, when I pull on that and I get to her and all the slack's out, she's gonna yell up, "That's me,
That's me.
that's me."
Right.
Okay,
Okay, so the rope's not caught in a crack. There's not a knot tucked into
Right,
something.
right.
It's gonna take up all the slack, and Steffi is gonna yell up, "That's me."
Yeah, you had me do that day to make sure when it went around the corner, it wasn't just
Yeah.
on a
Yeah.
point.
Yes.
I'm like,
That makes
"Oh, that's-"
sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay? So when it gets to the point where that's me, okay, I got all the slack out. I don't have to run all that crap through a belay device. At that point, I'll just take my blade of rope, pop my belay device on, I'm gonna start doing my thing. Okay, I got the belay device on, it's tied to the anchor, it's all the belay from the top stuff is ready to go. I'm on the, Steffi, you're on belay. Okay. Climbing. And she's off. Well, she's gonna get up to whatever I said, I'm gonna pop a piece in right about here.
And that's when she's gonna.
She's gonna
pop
do
it
a move
out.
or two. And she's going to get to that first piece. She got to the first piece. You're gonna see a system, you're gonna see it. Maybe it's a nut, maybe it's a cam, but whatever the appropriate piece of protection attached with an Alpine draw and the rope running through it. Okay, the Alpine draw gives flexibility, so that way as we pull around, the rope doesn't, you know, because if we're directly attached, see what it does to the,
Right.
just by going off route a little bit, trying to do a move, see what it does? You can pull yourself out, cams can walk out of position. So, beauty of the Alpine Draw gives us that flexibility, lets us move around a little bit. Okay, and then like I said, they can be one length,
Why would you go maximum length on an Alpine Draw? What would be a scenario where,
roots wander,
Yeah.
and you want to be able, like if I'm climbing up right here, but I got a really good piece over here, I can put my piece on here, I can extend my draw, my Alpine Draw, so that way it extends over to more in line with where I'm
Okay.
at, and we don't have a rope pattern going like this, creating lots of
Got
drag
it.
along the route. We can keep a nice,
that's cool. Makes perfect sense.
I'm
Straight.
assuming you want to pull the gear before you disconnect from
Yep.
the rope.
well, I'll get into that part here in a second. I want you guys to be familiar with what you're going to see, what the system looks like. This is what you'll have. Okay, you'll come up, and then you need to clean this. Okay, once you clean this and you rack your gear, you're gonna climb up. And you're gonna get to the next one. And you're gonna clean this one. And you're gonna rack your gear. And then you're gonna keep climbing. You're gonna get to the next one. You're gonna
How do you clean?
I have a question. So if you're cleaning and racking, how do you get down when you're done?
You're at the
climbing, you're
bottom.
not getting down, you're going up.
But you eventually
You're
got to
gonna
get
yeah,
down.
Rappel.
Rappel off the
top.
Or
Or-
there's a parking lot at the top where you.
Yeah, or we take the hiker's trail. I mean, you can, the tops of the places we're going, you can get to by walking. You can get to, hikers do it all the time. All the time. We're just taking the cooler route because we're awesome. They're not as awesome as we are. Okay, that's why climbers rule. Hikers are kind of,
Hiker's rule.
okay? Because, yeah, we both get to the top of that mountain. It's just we get to do it in an awesome way that everybody's inspired and impressed. They get to do it all sweaty and panting.
I'm sure I'd be
Be
sweating and
going
panting
up.
either way.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why I'm trying to be a hiker. I'm trying, guys.
You
Just
are a
believe me.
hiker.
You are a hiker.
If we had your experience and your gear,
Yeah, I know.
we gotta finish that Montague Crag, that climb up that crag.
Yes.
Yeah, we didn't have.
We
to
were
deal
like,
with this.
That one where she was
No,
no.
jimmying.
There was
no.
there's a normal route and like
The photos
we
wouldn't
were
have
just
really
like
told it unless you
off
knew.
trail, off the side, and like kept
Yes.
climbing up,
Maybe you
climbing
should
up,
go-
climbing up.
maybe you should
And
go
we got
to
to a
Craig
point
with
where
us
there was
one
like a
time.
V,
Like-
and there was a
We'll
crack
take him, yeah.
system
He doesn't
that
wanna
walked
go
up,
'cause
and
he-
it's like 20
he's not a
feet.
hiker.
We were like, yeah, we probably could do it, but if we fall, it's gonna be really bad. So we decided to walk around the corner and go up. Yeah, exactly.
Not
and that,
really bad.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. If we had gear, it would have been the perfect place to do it.
Yep,
But-
exactly.
You should see how many times we said, oh, if Tim was.
Yeah.
You should see the whole time.
I've been up there before.
No, with us.
I just
Not
kinda go
by
climbing.
yourself.
Right.
I'll go hiking when the weather's more my favorable. Like today.
June is still good.
Today's
went-
good.
June
No,
is still
today's
good.
hot.
Yeah. Oh, you think it because of humidity?
With the humidity and
Yeah.
everything, and I naturally run as a hot person. It's okay because we're
hot.
standing around here. I am almost sweating just standing here talking to you
Wow.
guys. Like I'm
Take your
honestly.
shirt off.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm honestly probably a few minutes away from ditching my shirt.
Yeah.
I can use it.
Like when I went
You're
when I went
chilly.
ice climbing
Chilly.
with Erica, I hiked the approach. It was 35 degrees in my t-shirt.
Yeah. Well.
We got to up there and I was sweating, steam's rolling off of me. We stood around for 5 minutes before I put my jacket on in the rain,
Wow.
ice climbing. I'm just hot. Like I
Yeah,
just
I run hard.
like hiking to me in July means I will like I don't even think
Waterfall
about the
hiking.
shirt. It's how much sweat has poured onto my pants so far.
You make
No,
sure there's a
so-
waterfall and a swimming hole
Oh
when
my
you're
gosh,
hiking.
yes.
And
Yeah.
we got
Yeah.
we
And
got
so-
located.
and I just
Leave in
feel
the morning.
disgusting.
Yep.
And I don't see, I don't get as much out of the hiking. I'm willing to deal with all that crap to go climbing.
And that's so
Right.
fascinating because he did the wilds with us, which was the most brutal hike. Granted, in the winter.
When did we do it?
Yeah, in the
But
winter.
like that was hiking.
It was cold that day. I was
That was
definitely freezing.
beautiful that day.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
enjoyed
once
it,
I got
yeah.
moved in, yeah, it was
Like, I thought
great.
that was
but
beautiful.
standing
But yeah,
around, I
I'm
was
not
freezing.
I'm not against the hiking as much as it's the hiking in like June, July, kind of. It's like if it's 70 degrees, covered in sweat. It's just, I'm sorry.
I was